We watched the December 17th episode of Raw from 2001. This is around the time that they were doing stuff with Stone Cold and Booker T and WCW. I think they were about 6 months removed from the WCW thing, right?
Yeah.
Was it 6 months?
I think it definitely felt like, because this was leading up to
right.
the Royal Rumble. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and then we immediately go into what we get with Stone Cold and
they also showed Matt Hardy on the phone.
Yeah, well, whatever. I mean, it was nothing. It was just Matt Hardy chilling on the phone talking about he wants more food.
His cellular phone flipping out, which is funny because later, like, you can't hear us on the other line, but later on in the show, they do a thing with Vince talking to Booker T on the phone, and you could very much hear Booker T on the phone. So,
yeah, you can. It like loudspeakers Booker T.
Yeah, like it's a voiceover.
Yeah, and then they're trying to time it up, and then at the end, Vince just starts talking to himself through the phone. Yeah. That's a good
it's like a newscast where you gotta be like, I agree, Booker.
Yeah, he's like, really, Booker? And Booker's like, he waits like 5 seconds. Yeah, man, you know, I'm ready to bingo.
Yeah, sucker.
So we're 1 week removed from the supermarket brawl, which everybody remembers with Stone Cold and Booker T. That was on SmackDown. That was on SmackDown this last week.
Sadly, that supermarket does not exist anymore.
Yeah, that got demolished, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so sadly, that's not there no more. But we get some more fun stuff here with Booker T and Stone Cold, which is weird looking back on it because I remember all this stuff so much. But like I said, I looked it up. And Booker only got 2 matches with Stone Cold. One ended in an interference, and the other one ended with Booker just getting beat. So,
is the first one? This is what leading to the first one, or this first one already happened?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I just know they had 2 meetings.
Okay, sure.
It would make sense that they were after this. So, but who knows? You know, this is also the start of the what?
And it is over like fucking Rover,
it's so over. This is like literally like we're really just getting into the what? So like that's where we're at. That's I mean, look, man, it ruined wrestling promos forever. But at the time,
it was awesome.
I love that show. I mean, that ruined. Booker T cuts a promo. He cuts the promo short because Stone Cold's just going crazy with the what. He's just going crazy. He's talking about he's eating shrimp and. You know,
listing every type of shrimp ever.
Yeah, he's going in on the
crowd
gumbo.
Pops for everything he mentions.
Yeah, they love their town.
Gold, bro. You can't do anything.
So Booker cuts the promo short. They cuts to backstage. Booker's got a pipe in the parking lot. He found the black truck with the Steve Austin skull on it, and he said,
"It's me, Booker
must be yours."
Yeah, he said,
"This must be yours."
Yeah, he said, "This is good." And then I was like, "Was he gonna punch the glass out?" And they pulled out this pipe, and I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. Such a natural promo. And he just starts wailing on the truck. And at first I was like, oh, he's going to try to he tried to hit the side of the truck. And he was like, well, that didn't look too good. So he went straight with the glass.
Good. You got to do something.
Yeah. So so Steve Austin chases Booker T outside, obviously, because he loves that truck a lot. You know, he loves a lot of and they start a high-speed pursuit. I'm like,
he sits his ass in the glass, bro. It's dangerous.
Yeah, he don't care. He's Stone Cold. He's got jorts on. They can't cut through that.
He's got jorts on. Like,
yeah.
I don't know why I never realized it. I guess maybe I just never paid attention, but this dude had like tiny little jeans on, bro.
Dude, the knee braces
he would cut them above the knee braces. Yeah.
It was weird.
That dude rules. Like, yeah, he was just
cool,
with Daisy Dukes,
like,
man. That shit kicked ass.
It throws
That's
me
my
off
favorite
now because I don't. In my head, I remember them just being regular jean shorts, and I look back, I was like, "Oh shit,
no,
man, I saw
dude,
some Stone
they're
Cold.
Daisy
This dude had
Dukes.
thigh out, bro."
Yeah, dude, you can see his balls.
Cool.
Yeah, well, dude, and Here Comes the Pain. They got the black shirt with the jorts. That's my favorite attire. It's because he'd have the Daisy Duke jorts on with the black shirt, and I'm like, yeah, these are rules.
It was a what shirt, right?
Yeah, it was the what shirt.
Yeah.
So Steve Austin chases him outside, and they start a high speed pursuit, which is this is always WWF and WWE's best television shows are when they have a central theme and then everything else plays around it. Yeah, which is very much a television thing to do, which is when they were making shit for television. And that's the theme of this episode, Stone Cold chasing Booker T and trying to get his hands on Booker T. And then everything else is happening around this happening.
Right.
So that is always the best stuff. I mean,
which I guess in theory, that could be what they do with the Money in the Bank show, and if they do it right.
You know? Yeah, it should work. You're right. It should in theory work, but we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah. Booker and Vince phone call before this?
Anything that was like so minute and I had nothing to say, I didn't write down, so I don't know.
Okay, I just wanted to bring, because there was a funny line in this where Booker, they're on the phone and Booker says, "I'm at the church, and it's bingo night."
This was the phone call with Vince on the phone where he's like, it's like a news interview. And
Yeah, you can hear. Yeah, and Vince says, "While you're there, say a prayer for Stone Cold." I thought that was kind of a cool line.
Yeah, and then okay, so he doesn't flip. It's a flip phone, and you can just flip it to turn it off. But he takes it. He like scrambles on the phone to find the end button, and then close it afterwards. So I actually remember that. After that, we cut to the church where Booker T is hiding at from Stone Cold after the hot pursuit. This is where we see Booker T for the very first time, and he is
playing bingo
with the elderly.
Dude,
I don't even know if he's hiding at this point. I think he's like, I'm gonna play bingo.
I guess he imagined Austin wouldn't know where he was because Austin would never go to church.
Yeah,
that's true. That was
but then he misunderstood the Austin 316 line then.
Yes.
So
exactly.
Booker's sitting there and he's playing bingo and he's trying to win this game of bingo. He's really, really into this game of bingo.
There's an old lady next to him.
Yeah.
And this lady's like, she has more a better card than him, and she's distracted, and he takes her card and switches with his.
Yeah, just straight up like steals her card, and she obviously knows that he stole this card.
Yeah.
Then Booker like looks behind him, and there's this woman sitting behind him, and he's like, "Would you please tell your friend here to shut the hell up?" I'm trying to play bingo, and Booker's looking at his card, and like he's starting to win now because he took the woman's card that was winning.
Card,
so he's starting to win, and then all of a sudden, like it just pans in on Booker's face, and he's like waiting to hear the last thing he needs to win, and all of a sudden you just hear Steve Austin's voice on the loudspeaker, and he goes, "Hey." A as in Austin 316, and Booker does the classic Booker face where he like gets super wide-eyed and like he gets real shocked, and then he looks at the card.
It's the exact face he makes in Shut Your Mouth when he gets drafted.
Yeah, it is. Or when he makes his entrance in Here Comes the Pain too.
Yes,
Yeah, when the fire goes off, it's that exact face. And his pans up to Steve Austin out there, who has Steve Austin pulled one of the little balls out of the thing. He pulled the little ball out of the spinning thing. And he grabbed it. And he,
bingo.
Dude, the craziest smile I've ever seen. Austin smiling at that moment was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Booker, of course, just runs out of the room. He runs into this altar. And that's where, so it cuts, we were going to go to commercial, and we cut back, and Booker's in the altar now. And
the lady took her card back and won, by the way.
Oh yes, she won on the last one. That's true.
Austin should have said, "B as in, I'm gonna beat your ass right now."
B as in, bitch.
B as in pussy. So Booker runs into the
son of a bitch.
Booker runs into the altar, and he tries to find various ways. I
just caught that.
Don't worry about what I said. He runs into the altar and tries to find different ways to hide from Steve Austin. He tries to hide behind the altar. He tries to hide in a gown and stand beside one of the statues. Obviously, none of these work. And he decides to run into the confessional. And that's where it cuts from this scene, and we get the confessional stuff later. But,
Jesus.
Dude, this stuff ruled. We talk about the supermarket brawl all the time. Nobody talks about this. This
holds
ruled.
Up amazing, dude. Like
literally, Steve Austin said, "A as in Austin 316."
Shut the hell up! I'm trying to play.
Would you tell your friend here to shut the hell up? I'm trying to play bingo. And then the woman, when she said that, she said, "Yeah, you need to be quiet." This was so good, and Booker's comedic timing cannot be matched. And we see that later in the evening when he talks about the confessional stuff. When the people start entering the confessional, that was awesome.
Yeah.
It goes back to the church, and it's in the confessional with Booker T, and they have this setup where this camera is like in between both of the confessionals, which is really, really good stuff here. Booker T obviously has no idea what's going on at first, and this woman walks in, and on the we have a result sheet, right? And what did they write for the woman that walked in?
Booker T and one of the hottest chicks ever.
That is the most.
I don't know, bro. Them things were thanging.
A very blessed young lady came into the booth.
That is a very 2001 thing to say. I love it.
Very blessed.
That was very much the audience of WWE at
What?
the time. So the hottest chick ever comes to this confessional, and
Cool.
and she is. I mean, she is
Boy, are
going wild. Yeah, she's going crazy. I mean, just looking. You know what I mean? And Booker T's in the confessional, and she confesses to
I committed
adultery.
on my husband.
And Booker T,
Boyfriend's
Best
brother
friend
and another guy.
and-
yeah, best friend and brother.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah.
Best friend and
His
brother.
Brother.
Yeah, no brother. I did no brother. And Booker
I
T, of
screwed
course,
brother.
Booker T, huge Deadlock guy. The second he heard brother, he perked up immediately. He said,
He
"What's
got
going
real
on over here?" Yeah, he's like, "What's happening over here?" So he perks up immediately, and then Booker T,
child
of
was
course,
the
starts prodding at this
alcohol
because he's real
involved.
fucking
Yes,
fired
and
up.
we were
You
just
know,
out
at this
of
point,
town. He was
yeah.
out of town.
Said, you take any Polaroids?
Yeah, he said Polaroids.
Also,
He said,
No, just a videotape. Videotape.
Yeah, he said
Yeah, video
videotape.
camera
And then, but
wait.
Booker's all time
You
in
had
this
a
segment, dude.
video
Like
Yeah,
he goes,
camera.
So
he goes,
fucking
he goes, but the videotape. He
Yeah,
goes,
what-
tell
you
me
didn't say that.
you did not just say that.
Tell me.
He goes, tell me you did not just say that,
my
my
child.
child. I said, that's my man right there. That
My
was
child,
obviously
yes.
not in the script for this at all, but Booker just destroyed this. I loved it. She asks, so what
is my
do I need to
What's
do
my
for my
penance?
penance? And Booker says, you go home, my
Tell you
child.
what, my child,
You do
go
18
home.
Hail Marys.
18 Hail Marys. He just threw a number.
And
He
you
goes,
write
18
down
Hail
this
Marys.
address,
And you
send
write down
me
my address,
that videotape.
and you send me that videotape.
Send you the tape.
You want
Yeah.
the videotape?
Yes, my child.
child.
Just
Send me that, and
the
all
tape,
will be forgiven.
and you will be saved.
And
Okay,
I'm, dude,
everything's gonna
good
be
God,
alright
this is
after
an
that?
all-time segment.
Please
This,
go back and
Everything will be
go back
fine.
and watch this episode. Even if you don't want to watch wrestling, watch these parts, the Austin Booker T parts. Booker is like
Incredible.
Austin is obviously Austin, so that's why it works because Austin being a badass that he is, and he click. But this is like majority Booker T being awesome.
this rules. He took everything they gave him and just ran with it. He was awesome.
Yeah,
This is an all-time
absolutely.
segment. So after that, we go to confessional later on in the evening too. So after that, we cut back to the church. Booker T is still in the confessional and is starting to beat him up. Like he's like, I don't want to be here no more. And he's listening to these dudes talking. Like this dude's in there. He's just a nerd ass, loser ass dude, right?
Yeah,
What
he
is it-
said,
what-
I ate dessert last week.
Yeah, and Booker's like, I don't care, man, dude.
He said
I
you
had
didn't
one
sleep with
shot
him?
of alcohol.
He said,
had a
you said you
shot of
haven't been
You mean to
doing
tell me
anything?
there are
He
no
said,
ladies
he's
on
like,
the
he's like,
night?
you haven't had any of the ganja?
He said marijuana. I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
he said, get the hell out of here. Get
Stand
out of
up,
my
get on your feet
office.
right
I
now.
wonder
And
to
get
see
the
like
hell
all
out
the
of my
outtakes
office
where like
right
none of
now.
it made it, and Booker was just like interviewing all these random people.
Oh my god,
I'm
outtakes
sure they
on this
did a
would've been
lot.
amazing.
Yeah.
But after this, dude, of course, Stone Cold's here. What?
They do another one of those pans where they pan to Booker and then he's
Yeah.
talking and then
He
it's
says, you
pan
got
back.
anything you want to confess? And I says,
I ain't said
yet.
yet, Father.
He says not yet, but yeah,
Fix this shit, and it's gonna be
this
real,
whole thing
real
ruled. It was
bad.
so good. God, that what thing though, man? In the confessional. What? I'm like, oh my
And
god.
Booker fucking flies out of there. Austin chases them through the church.
Yeah.
They're running back. They run into some nuns.
Chases him out of confessional. Yeah, this ruled.
Yeah.
This was awesome. So they don't ever. We don't learn the ending of this.
No, I think
He's still
Booker-
chasing them after the show goes off the air.
yeah, Booker runs away, and